process is. Basically, you submit the request. So let's say you create a ticket and you say this is busted. The devs say, okay, let's investigate. So they investigate, they ignore it first, and then after a few months or weeks of complaining, they're like, okay, let's put this on our board to discuss. So a few weeks later, they discuss it, and they're like, okay, this is problematic. And then after they discuss the fact that it's problematic, they have to put it into a sprint. So then they say, okay, we're going to do it in the 2 weeks of April. That's going to be part of our sprint, doing this fix. Because it's not just as easy as clicking the button and then it's balanced. So yes, right now, B won the first game. That's the first game result. So right now, 1-0 for B. So then after they put it into the sprint, then the games begin. Then there's delays. Then there are higher priorities. Then there are lower priorities. Then there's an emergency. Then there's a hot fix. And IT always bites off more than they can chew. So yeah, that is the situation of... what is this? Oh, Beasty, you're going for the dock. B, not going for the dock. B going for the barracks. And I feel personally attacked. Oh no, what is going to happen here? Oh gosh, I don't know if Beasty wants to abandon ship at this point. Is this the right move? Should you have not just made a barracks as well? This is a really tough position to be in. Because HRE... Dark Age HRE is, you know, it's not the end of the world. And you are going to get a little bit... Oh no. I wonder if this is going to delete the fish. It doesn't. Oh, but that deep sea fish is so far away. He might be able to get one load of fish in here and bring it back, but that's not going to be enough. And I don't know if Beastie is actually going to go contest this. He looks to just be... I don't know what he's doing, honestly. So, I see we have a few developers in the chat. How do you feel offended? I just highlighted your work schedules for you. Isn't it the truth? Now, Beastie has two choices here. He can either just age up and make a arrow ship, hope for the best. Those villagers should be helping, honestly. But I guess they get good fish as well, and B needs the eco right now. So let's see, what is B doing? He's just inspiring. I think he's going to go for his own dock as well. With that amount of wood, definitely going for his own dock. And also leaving 3 villagers here. I can see definitely a B dock coming out. But I'm not sure what Beastie's doing. Beastie is a little bit here, a little bit there. I just don't feel like he's committing to something right now. What are you doing, Beastie? What is the plan? Okay. The fishing boat's getting the food. They'll get the first load in. Oh, he's going for H2. His decision is H2. Pretty surprised. Okay. These guys are going to deliver their first load. They might even get a second one. What are these guys doing? Oh, he realizes that B is just going to try get as much value from this as he can, but he's trying to just get a little bit of extra food in as much as possible. Because you're going to be in a position where you need to age up, and it's going to be very, very close. The fact that he has 4 here on gold is allowing him to age up a little bit sooner, but these guys are also going to be doing the same thing, are they? Yes, they are. Okay, almost. The problem is HRE needs a lot more gold to age up. So China is already ready, and he's going to be able to make an army ship. Not in time. I think he's going to lose this dock, and that's going to be very difficult for Beastie to recover from. If these villagers can also help, it's going to be for certain. I think it's for certain anyway. Beastie has lost the dock. This is going to look really, really rough. Oh yeah, and in the whole developer sphere, let me continue. The project managers are on your ass. The project managers are consistently telling you, you have to finish this. What's the update for this week? What's the update for this week? And then at the same time, they pile more work onto you. They tell you, oh, we need you to focus on this one as well. And then you're like, yes, but there's no time. I have to focus on this one. Then they get upset that you don't meet deadlines, and you just get more and more and more work piled on top of you. So Then once they've created the scope document for you, the scope document changes 6 times. So instead of just patching Malians, it turns into you patching Malians, you having to, I don't know, adjust to 5 other changes as well. While you're at it, could you do this one as well? Just consistently. I know because I have a project manager and I absolutely despise every single moment of working with my project manager. The only value my project manager adds is, what is your weekly update for this project? No, nothing else. That's it. So this is a best of 5. I see the questions in the chat. We are going to see a little bit of an earlier age up, but B is right behind it. B is getting an Arcane Chapel, and honestly, it feels like B's game already. The fact that he lost the dock at such a point is going to be so difficult for Beasty to deal with. And B can just go and kill these 2 fishing ships as well. So that would leave Beasty in a position where he didn't really get any value from that dock. And now he's giving B the water. The thing about this map is you don't lose the game if you lose the water, because this is only 3 deep sea fish. So you can't have unlimited food. If Beasty goes maybe for a second TC, he could possibly keep up with B's production here. So, yes. That's it. I think Beasty is in trouble. Lots and lots of trouble. The fact that B hasn't gone for any stone tells us he's not going for a second TC, but he's going for wood. So this could either mean a buttload of production, or he's just going to go for safe farms, but he doesn't need to. He has the fish. Now he has the water, so he doesn't have any worries whatsoever. And Beasty is playing on the defensive side. He is getting his Barbican and is protecting his stone and his gold. The fact that he's trying to protect his stone as well tells me that he's possibly going for a second TC, or he just wanted to get this whole area walled off, which is pretty good. Because right here, all Beasty needs to do is he needs to get a wall here and a wall here. And this whole side is protected as well. So this is actually a pretty good spawn for Beasty. He should be able to capitalize off of this. These guys, you can see, B is just going for more ships. He can most likely sustain himself with about 10 ships, maybe 12, especially if he switches to shoreline ships as well. So, yes. I think this is a pretty good position for B, but it's not GG for Beasty. He is in Song Dynasty now, so these villages are going to take 15 seconds compared to the usual 20 seconds. So he is slowly going to get more villages, but you know, the value of docks, quite significant. And B isn't even killing these. He's just like, I don't need to worry about those guys. They are just going to do absolutely nothing. Now, we are seeing the first Jugunu come out, which is a very spicy unit to have. Oh, and Beasty almost lost a villager. That would have been... It doesn't feel like it's a lot, but that's a lot. And the fact that B is on gold here tells me that he is going for castle. He's going for castle at an alarming rate. Because the fact that he has fishing eco, he has gold like this, means he's going for castle, and Beasty is following suit. Beasty is not spending any of his resources because he saw all these villages on gold, and he understands that he's also going for castle age. So this is not going to be a situation where Beasty feels the rush to make any units. He's just going to sit back, as we can see. He's producing units, but he doesn't need to produce mass units. That's why he doesn't have a lot on wood either. He only has 6. So the 6 is most likely just to make sure the Imperial official gets its value and that they can actually get the tax gold. So yes, this is also a nice natural wall for B. It also requires very little walling off. And I think what it's going to come down to is, can Beasty deny the relics from HRE? Because B is about to age up. Not about to. But he's close. He's close enough to make this a little bit scarier than it needs to be. The Jukunu are trying to go across the map and do a little bit of damage, but right now it's not looking too urgent. The scout just trying to be a little bit annoying. The men-at-arms, they will slap the crap out of Jugunu. They can try all they want, but they're not going to win that battle. He's trying to get a little bit of damage done, but I mean, that's a horseman. That's a dead Jugunu. And unfortunately, Beasty does not get any damage with those Juggernoos, and he just lost 2 Juggernoos for absolutely nothing. For a little bit of MAA idle time. So, Beasty, getting castle first. Luckily, they build quite fast. So, he gets that age up a little bit faster, and I think what he's going to do is, he's just going to go straight for the relics. He knows that if B gets the chance, he's gonna all those relics the moment he gets the shot. So, he has the gate, so he's ready. The clock tower coming out. Are we going to see a monastery instantly? Monastery, monastery, monastery? No, we're not seeing a monastery instantly. I was wrong. And monastery. There we go. Okay, I was not wrong. Still all right. Still doing fine. But the thing about B's situation is he can make prelates and he can send those prelates there earlier. And that's exactly what he does. You guys can see he instantly goes and makes a prelate. He's not going to wait for the cathedral to finish because he wants to go onto that first part that he needs. So Beasty does have a few units, but you guys can see both of them are just not focusing on making a lot of units. So in this case, let's see if Beasty is going to be able to secure a relic. Because Beasty, you need to. He's going to go, he's going to run and try to pick this one up as fast as possible. He's only going to go with one. And he's going to try to stop B from getting this one over here. Now, he might be able to. Okay, we see, oh my gosh. Gunther and Yao Yin, they are fighting it out. Yao Yin takes the lead. And unfortunately, B does not get to pick that one up. Now, this is basically like idling your prelate. So, if he sent the prelate from the Arcane Chapel a little bit earlier, different situation. But now Beasty gets this one. Beasty's going to get this free one at the bottom as well. He's not focused on that too much. He's going to try to get this one that's in the middle of them. So, right now, he has this monk coming in. This army beats that army, so he knows he can pick this one up. But he needs to make sure he doesn't lose this monk. If he loses that monk, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. And just like that, he builds a second TC. Now, all of a sudden, the water eco. Let's see how many fishing ships we have here. 11. Ooh, he's getting a little bit more. He's getting 13 fishing ships. 14 fishing ships. Now, just like I told you guys earlier, as long as you go for the shoreline fish, you can sustain more fish. Oh no, Beasty let his monk alone for 1 second and he lost him. And this is the unfortunate situation of just leaving him alone for a bit. Now, that is very expensive to lose, and I don't know if Beasty is going to be able to pick that up in time. So Beasty, the monk is coming, it's going to pick up the safe one, but Beasty needs to keep him off here. If B gets this advantage, Beasty is in a lot of trouble. And B wants it. He sends 2 archers, but those archers are a little bit out of position. He realizes just in time. So, knights are going to be annoying, but, ooh, they are definitely going to cause some problems. I don't know if he's going to be able to kill this. Knights just do so much damage. Oh my goodness. Now, this is starting to look a little bit rough because all of a sudden, this game that Beasty seemed to control, he's not getting his relics home, and Beasty realizes this is not the best position to be in. He's most likely going to go for the forward one. He knows his army is here, so he needs to protect this one. And he's picking it up. He doesn't want to fight. He just wants to get the relics. That's all he needs to do right now. So B is definitely putting a lot of good pressure on him. And B showing us like, hey, I'm not a bad player. I got this, brothers. So, and oof, and those knights going straight for the wall, and Beasty doesn't realize in time. Knights going all the way. He's most likely going to lose those knights, but this is an expensive unit. Losing a monk is just as important as losing a knight, if not more important, because you are losing that gold income for if it was already in your TC. And the knight harass is insane. B is on point. The problem when you have your second TC this far away is the fact that your TC can only protect 10 villages at a time. So right now you need to be firing that knight because he's gonna do a lot of damage. He does take 20 damage at a time. Beasty, oh no, Beasty. He is just completely overwhelmed by B's harassment. B is doing a lot of good work keeping him at bay. Yeah, knights are a little bit of a hassle, aren't they? The good thing for Beasty is the fact that the relic is inside his base right now. So this is slightly good, but oh, he's bleeding units. And B is like so comfortable. He's putting the predator inside Beasty space. He most likely wanted to come for the relic. And he might actually be able to pick the one up here. That tower, and tower goes down. Villagers are getting cleaned up at the bottom there. And Beasty's position is not looking good. The archers are doing great. Oh, and he gets that relic. Oh, luckily for Beasty, he does not get to clean that up. So, ooh, he might be losing an Imperial official. He might be losing 2 Imperial officials. He's not garrisoning his villages on time either. B is showing some proper domination. These oh, he loses 1. He doesn't lose 2, but he loses 1. And those units are just as expensive. Oh, they are very important. And he loses another monk. Beasty bleeding monks, bleeding everything. B is just looking way too solid right now. This is quite rough. And we can see that Beasty is desperate for food. He's all the way out here getting food. Luckily, B doesn't realize this just yet. Otherwise, that would also be cleaned up. But this idle time from Beasty's villagers here as well is just not looking too good for him. And he's going to be able to pick that one up. So a safe relic is now taken away. And this is very well played by B. Now we're going to see him lose a knight or 2. But I don't think this is the trade that Beasty wanted. We now have a 3 relic HRE and... oh, hello. Beasty snuck in the water eco and killed all the fishing ships, and I missed that completely. Yeah, guys, thank you for the water. Oh gosh, and that is why this game is still going hard. And oh my goodness, Beasty says he realizes there's trouble and he needs to... oh, Beasty, you need to garrison. You need to garrison. Oh gosh, he bleeds them. He bleeds them all. And he's trying to get upgrades, but the hand cannon, oh, they're not going to be on time. And he's going to lose that tower, he's going to lose the upgrade, and he's going to lose that villager as well. Beasty did clean up the water, but if he loses the second TC and he lost the relic as well, this is going to be absolutely tragic. And he just wasted that upgrade as well. The cannon emplacement just came up on the tower and it's just... not giving any value. Beasty has to stop this relic. If he lets this relic go through, but he has no army. How are you to stop the relic? And the thing is about HRE, you can put your relics anywhere and they're still going to give you a lot of gold. So we're in a position where this is a 4 relic HRE. B is just controlling the map. And he is focusing on getting his fishing eco back up. This demo ship is keeping an eye on the dock as well. If I was Beasty, I would get an arrow ship, and that's exactly what he does. So let's see what's happening now. The sacred sites are controlled. Beasty, you're just gonna lose another monk. It's good that he's doing this, but he's lost like 18 monks now. Now Beasty is getting the arrow ship. He most likely got the... oof. Oof, he's trying to just make sure that this fishing eco is not giving B enough, and he's doing a good job at that. This Springald ship is just AFK. I think the archer ship is standing a little bit close, so the Springald ship doesn't know what to do. A little bit starstruck, if you may. So the monk gets it, gets out very safely. So this isn't a good move for Beasty, but it's the move that keeps him alive. So, yeah. That definitely did a lot of damage though. So this fishing ship might go down before it delivers the food. Yeah, definitely gonna go down. The knight's coming out. Oh, and he loses another Imperial official. Beasty is just bleeding those. You know that's that song, Bleeding Love? Keep bleeding. Keep bleeding. Imperial officials. And monks. Yeah, that's what it was supposed to say. Okay, guys. I can see there's an argument about my accent. I am South African. But I practiced an English accent for a few years. Because my real accent, it sounds like this, eh? And I cannot sound like this, because if I sound like this, how am I going to find a job online that pays me well? And I sound like a, you know, like an Afrikaner, eh? So I have to practice. So I practice so I don't speak like that, and I rather speak like this. Like this English person, eh? If I don't sound like English person, who's going to respect? And I have to practice, because honestly, it's very difficult to get rid of that accent. Yeah. So there you go. That's the real Afrikaans accent that I worked for years and years to get rid of. So, palace guards are You know, they're chonky, but when they're faced against 6 knights, they're not that chonky. So he does lose 2 of them, and honestly, this is looking like a very powerful army from B. I'm worried for Beasty. He's gonna lose that tower. Luckily, he did get his food. But Beasty needs food, and he doesn't have food, and he's going on berries, and these berries are not very safe. He doesn't have walls up, but he's getting walls, and he did. Oh. Beasty? Hey? 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 It tried. So, the problem is with archers, you are going to struggle as China. You're going to have your nest of Ds, and they're going to do great, right? At some point. Now, he just needs to land a very, very sneaky shot. And the fact that this game is still going tells me that he did land a very sneaky shot. And, oh, B moves just in time. Very well played by B. Moving at exactly the right moment. Hey, Beasty. Hey. Hey. What are you doing, sir? What are you doing? He forgot. He is decapping. Or he's trying to decap at least. Palace Guard goes down. This poor little prelate running for its life. And Beasty is trying to push. But if he loses those nest of bees, he's in so much trouble. And he is going to do exactly that. He's going to try to target fire the back. He needs to be able to get this. But the Springalds are coming in. And the Springalds are so dangerous. So, Springalds are going to get the second nest of bees as well if Beasty is not careful. This is so painful. He's just getting all those nest of bees. The Springalds don't even go down. This is looking so good for B. B is just making this look like his game, and he is making Beasty beg for mercy at this point. Oh, those Springalds. Perfect target fire as well. Oh, you guys know I'm a little bit biased. So, these crossbows at least are doing a little bit of damage, but honestly, the knight's cleaning up as well. Beasty knows he's about to chop through. He's trying to make a wall just to save himself. He's getting a few knights, but you know, crossbows are also expensive, and archers are, you know, wood units. So, villagers, very important resource. And we see Beasty being at a point where he has more villagers, which is great, right? But is it enough? At this point, we're in a position where the water has been taken back by B. He did lose a lot on water, and he did have to remake, but it doesn't mean he's struggling for anything. So, this is definitely going to be a late game. Okay. I am very worried for Beastie's food eco. Now, I do see a lot of food coming in, but his food eco is very susceptible to harassment, you know? So all of these guys, a quick knight run by can change that. And this is exactly what we see. A Beastie trying to get the forward food. Knights coming into the wall saying, hey, no. And those crossbows are out of position. Are you guys actually going to target fire correctly? Oh, no, the Imperial official will most likely go down for this one as well. He does get a few. He does get one villager. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get a villager. Oh, he gets one villager, finally. And down here, B is trying to wall him in as well. But let's see what's going on all over the map. Everything is going on. Everything and nothing at the same time. Mangonels. Ugh. We hate those. We don't like those. And at the same time, we're seeing Springalds. Okay, so the Springalds are coming up. Nest of bees are doing what they can. Ooh, Palace Guards might be able to pick these guys up. They will get both if B does not react accordingly. Oh my goodness, that's so much siege. And B doesn't realize that the Palace Guards are cleaning up. And this is maybe what's the reason that the game is still going. Those Palace Guards just getting so many kills right here. Beastie, just kill the Springalds. You are... Oh no, he's all over the place. He was just target firing and he did not A-move. But he might be able to get that Springald as well. And this is going to bring him back to the game. He's not winning yet, but he is definitely standing a chance. Just because of all those losses. More Palace Guards. The Springald's gonna take off. Oh, hey. Springald. Hey. Palace Guards doing work. And we see the Spearman also doing a little bit of work. But this Springald is trying to get a kill. He's target firing the Springald. He's going to try to get the other one as well. Palace Guards take quite a bit to die. so he will be able to get quite a bit of damage, and maybe even the mangonel, and that is really good cleanup by Beasty. Beasty, on the other hand, is now going to look to go on the offense. He knows he's behind, he knows he needs to decap, he needs to take control of the map, and right now he lost his villagers, building the keep, which is not the greatest thing, you know, but he tried. Now, B knows that Beasty's army is over here, so he's trying to break through. But luckily for Beasty, he does have his wonderful world of siege. That's the word. That's the word, siege. B is Imperial. The keep goes up. And finally, the Sacred Site goes down, and we are at a position where... Ooh, sneaky B. Very nice wall there. B going Imperial? I don't think it means it's over. So, with B going Imperial, he did go for Palace of Swabia. Now, Palace of Swabia is the villager printer. It produces villagers very quickly and for cheaply. But now, Beasty is still China. And China late game is absolutely insane. So, the problem is, he doesn't have deep water fish. B does have the water. And Beasty is going to be in a lot of trouble. He needs to consistently be able to do damage and take control of this. And he is causing some idle time. But right now, Beasty needs to catch up. And he's going to go try to get the Sacred Site. Because right now, this might be his only chance. If he doesn't do it now, when is he going to... So he's going to send the rest of his army to the top. Because he realizes B is also going to the bottom side. And he is ready for another keep. The fact that he's putting all these villages onto stone tells me that he is going for another keep. He's most likely not trying to set off any alarm bells by decapping this. Just yet. He doesn't want to pull the army that side. Let's see. Maybe... Oh, yes. He's waiting to do that because he wants the army to move there while he goes for the fishing eco. And we see the Palace Guard coming in, just trying to see what's going on. And he is going to be able to decap this. These guys are going to be able to sneak right into the into the base. Palace Guards are doing some work. The Palace Guards, luckily, are quite chunky. So, this is quite rough. They are going to go down. Unfortunately, Palace Guards died to hand cannoneers. So, the advantage we had at the beginning for Beasty with this harassment is going to fade very quickly with hand cannoneers. Beasty is going to try pick up a few villages, but Beasty, those villagers are cheap. They are not going to bleed too much if you kill them. They're just going to die, and the new one will replace them. So, he's trying to get Boiling Wheel, which is a very good thing to do in this case, because you are in a position where you need to take control of the map. But B, he wants to take control back. He is ready for this. He's going to make a keep. And at the same time, he's going to wall him in. He wants to wall Beasty in. And those hand cannoneers are looking to do some run-bys as well. Hand cannoneers, apparently better than Palace Guards for run-bys. Now, if Beasty spots this and he stops this, that could be quite big for him. He's not Imperial yet. He's looking to go Imperial, but the moment he does, B attacks. And this is going to be very difficult for Beasty to handle. So, Beasty should be... Yeah, there we go. He's going for Spirit Way. He's getting Imperial. And he is trying to do some damage, but I feel like this is a misclick because he's busy focusing on other sides as well. Palace Guards trying to do some damage, trying to keep him busy. And honestly, he needs to do a lot of damage to make this work. The game is still going, so this is quite a tough one. I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to cast all these games because I need to go teach math soon. At this rate, oh my goodness. And I mean, now we're getting to a point where the Landsknecht is going to be able to clean Beasty up. If he's not careful, if he doesn't get ranged, because he does have crossbows, but he's at a point where he just consistently makes Palace Guards. And I'm assuming that's why he's going Landsknecht, because he wants to be dealing with those. And Beasty, this is going to look a little bit scary, especially when the bombard starts firing at your door. Are you going to respond to this? Can you respond to this? I don't think you can. Beasty, where is your siege? Nest of Bees? Nest of Bees is not that great against a Culverin. This is going to be a very dead keep at this point. Let's see. How much damage does a cauldron do? Oh, it tickles. Oh, that's very, very tiny tickle. And HRE late game, I mean China late game, HRE late game, both very strong late games, but Beasty knows he needs to repair this. If he loses this keep, he's going to be in a little bit more of a difficult position, and B respects that. B realizes he's gonna move forward, and he has spring ult, so he should be able to two-shot me. And that is exactly what he does. He gets rid... Oh, he wanted to get rid of the bombard, but apparently he doesn't get rid of the bombard. The cannon emplacement... Oh, he gets rid of the bombard. Oh, no, nest of these guys. Come on, no. Why are you all dying? He gets a ton of villagers, but that is not worth it. That was... Oh... That was... Yeah. Guys. That was rough. Beasty does have control of the gold for now, but I don't know for how long. We're getting to a point where... Oh, we see as well here that B is trying to get a little bit of control here. He's sending his hand cannoneers around to just try to look for damage as well. B is in control of this game, and Beasty is trying his best to survive. But this bombard tower is doing good work. Oh, the spring ults are fast to react. I don't think that's going to be enough, good sir. I understand that you want to make a ram, but I don't think that's it, chief. Oh, wow. But they definitely get pushed off. Now, these horsemen could take significant damage, especially with the spearmen coming in. And the... Oh, he might not... This might definitely not be worth it. If Beasty can garrison those... Oh, that's some good damage, but he does take quite a bit. At this point in the game, we are at a point where villagers are not making that much of a difference because of the fact that they're such high numbers. But let's see if this is gonna stand strong. The spring ult, if he loses a spring ult, that's a big loss. Losing a spring ult is massive right now. Beasty is pop capped. He is waiting for bombards, but they're not going to be able to come through. And B says, hey, I'm coming to your base. This is not going to go very well for Beasty if he doesn't realize that there are keeps being built around him. Now, these palace guards, oh, they're just coming to clean up. Now, the thing is, B does react appropriately, and I feel... Oh, it's spearmen, not palace guards. I was wrong, those are spearmen. Those are spearmen. Now, they are doing good work, but the Landsknecht... Oh, Landsknecht just destroys that. You guys can see Landsknecht, they do damage in an area, so they can just kill up... They can just kill these clumps of units quite easily. And Beasty right now doesn't have an answer to keeps. He needs to get... There we go, the bombard comes out. Losing those units actually helped him a little bit. He will be able to get his bombards out. He does get the Imperial Palace. So finally, we're in the One Dynasty. And Beasty can breathe another day. The bombard tower is coming up, but those knights should actually be able to take it out just before he gets to it. So these villagers, are they going to go down? Beasty, are you about to lose those villagers? Are you going to lose those spring ults? Oh, Beasty is like, I'm running. The spring ults, though, they are in a very vulnerable position as well. But luckily for Beasty, there's bombard towers everywhere. There's a bombard keep. They are keeping these things at bay. And this game is still going strong. Hot damn. Those bombards are cleaning up the horsemen. And even though Beasty looks like he's on the defense, he is. There is a little bit of control coming back for Beasty. We can see the resources. We are at a position now where we see that B is making a TC here. Why? Oh, I know why. For the emergency repair. B wants to make sure that he can... Oh no, you're gonna lose all the spring ults. You're gonna lose all the spring ults. Oh, he gets the cauldron. Oh my goodness, he gets it. Oh, good lord, there's a fire. The bombard going down. Sorry, villager. Good effort, though. TC. Oh, not TC. Oh, that's a bombard keep, and it's doing work. And the spring ults, they make it through. The spearmen are going to pick up those horses, and more spearmen are coming in. He's going to try and get this bombard, but both of them getting bombard towers is just a little bit of a situation, I must say. They're shooting back and forth, and they're trying their best, but the man with the bombard towers, he wins. Whichever one that is. Both of them. So he's trying to get that with the bombards. He's trying to take more down. these horses are going to take so much damage. And Beasty needs to get upgrades as well. At this point, the Landsknecht, oh, they're doing so much work. And he's just going straight for the Culverin. He knows he needs to clean up the siege. If he doesn't get the siege, he loses the game. So right now, he needs to keep his bombards alive. He needs to make sure he can get the work done. He's taking down these keeps. And Beasty has enough for a keep himself. So, is he going to take down this tower as well? He does. Yes, but the horses could pose a little bit of a threat. And losing a bombard at this point of the game, when you don't have all the expendable gold in the world, that is going to be rough. Okay, bombard, you need to back off. And spearmen, you need to do work if you want to survive this. The bombard keep is going to do a lot of work. But, oh, these spring elves are just so vulnerable right now. No. Spring elves, stop. But at the same time, Beasty says, hey, I'm in your base. So he loses the spring ults. He maybe keeps one alive. He keeps one alive, but the bombard needs repair. The villager says, you are powerful. I will repair you. And the bombard is going to do a little bit of a tactical planning. He's going to try shoot them down from here. And we see the Culverin coming in hot. He's not too excited about having to deal with a bombard. So he's going to try take him out. And the Culverin is looking to target fire. Is he going to be able to get him in time? It might be. He might be. And he might go down himself because the horses are reacting. They're seeing him and they're ready to fight. But so are the spearmen. Oh, and it's everywhere. The bombard, ooh, in trouble again. But the horses are reacting really quickly. Beasty with the spearmen cleaning up those horses every second of every day. The bombard goes back, fires the keep. And we are in a very big game of back and forth bombards. This is absolutely insane. The horses are looking for some damage, but they're going to go down because of these bombard towers as well. The villagers know their priority. Not getting gold, not surviving, just keeping the bombards alive, because that's the thing that's going to save this game. There's no boiling oil on this keep, though. So, I know this is not the game breaker, but it could help. I don't think B has the gold to do this. B does have enough gold, but I think he's focusing on... oh, he's focusing on getting resources. There is still a healthy amount of wood for Beasty. He just needs to get to it. But he's looking for different sources of wood down here. Oh, he's going for very aggressive wood. But so is B. B says, actually, I want to put you in your base. Does Beasty notice? On this side, the keep is down. The horses are looking scary, but Beasty is looking to push right through. And he is maybe even going to be able to do that. These villagers don't even realize. They don't know Pepe laugh. Bombards are cleaning up what they can. And the horseman, oh, he's coming in. Ah, he dies. And the horseman going back in. He's going to get the next TC. This means emergency repairs are about to go down for this area. He's not going to be able to keep this area. Beasty is going to be able to pick up this gold if B is not careful. And we can see the population right now is in favor of Beasty. And he has extra resources. So, these villagers, guys, what are you guys planning to do here? Are you guys just getting wood, or are you going to finish the tower? What's the plan? Beasty is just like, I'll suicide these units. I have enough food. I have the farms. You're not getting through my stone walls, because apparently that's the counter to B. Stone walls. And Beasty's cleaning up. Slowly but surely, Beasty is taking control of the game with his beautiful, beautiful fire lancers. HRE has Landsknecht, but he doesn't have fire lancers. These guys are running in. They're looking for a little bit of damage. Not that he... I don't know if he realizes how much trouble B has with the fact that he doesn't have the food. So B has the food, but you can see the deep water is depleted. And he has cleaned up the shoreline. Oh, he hasn't cleaned up completely. But the deep water doesn't replenish fast enough. And right now, that fishing eco from early is not what it was before. So Beasty needs to take control of this gold. He needs it because if he loses that advantage, B is going to be able to make a comeback. So let's see how fire lancers match up. Landsknecht and spearmen just doing work. Beasty is trying to shut down the production. He's getting a few reinforcements as well. And at the back, he is cleaning up. Beasty has secured the wood line, which B is struggling on. Pretty soon, we can see he's sending all his villagers forward, and this is no longer a safe place. Now, Beasty is losing a lot of units, and we can see that B has killed significantly more units than... Oh, wait, that's Beasty. Beasty has killed significantly more than B. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the late game player. So, let's see how this is going. Outposts doing work. Spearmen doing work. Beasty on 144 villages, and I wonder if he's still producing. He's still producing villages. He's like, I don't stop. 144, not enough. I need more. And Beasty is going into the food eco. Now, again, I don't know if Beasty realizes how B is struggling for food. So, this is really, really powerful. And he's going to go get the culverin again. He's like, hey, dude, you are not going forward. I need you to stay at the base. And these guys also just doing the perfect cleanup as they can. All right. This is a pretty tough game. Fire Lance is going to run straight into the spears. Oof. Oh, they run right past the spears. In fact, Beasty says, keep my ass. Let's stop that. The Fire Lancers just clean that up. They don't like keeps being built to secure wood lines because those wood lines could be his. So he realizes those are not enough lances. He might have to wait until he has the bombard tower to take it down, or the bombard forward to take it down. But the wood here, or the gold here, is pretty open. We have a gold here for him as well. And Beasty just causing havoc with these bombards. He's not killing villagers, but he's trying to. Apparently, a cannon is not the natural counter to a human. So, B trying to get the map control back. He might be able to. If with Beasty's villager count, Beasty has a lot of resources, and he does have a lot of production. I don't know. Nah, never mind. I don't think B can get the control back in this. The fact that Beasty is floating so many minerals as well is just telling of how comfortable he is right now, while B is spending everything. The problem is Beasty does have a very small army. 148 villages is great for eco, but right now you don't need that eco. You're at a position where you are gonna have to start taking stuff down. And boiling oil is finally on these towers, and B, the fact that Beasty sees this tells him B is desperate for gold. So all he needs to do now is sit back, protect the golds, and B is going to stop being able to make units. He is HRE, he does have 4 relics, but it's not enough to sustain yourself in that way. These guys are cleaning up very well, and you know what could seal the deal for Beasty? If he shuts down the water as well. These things are replenishing, not as fast as they should, but they are replenishing, and they are helping the eco quite a bit. So if Beasty shuts that down, and I think he has the same idea, if he shuts that down, he's going to be in a very different position. Let's see, he's bringing his bombard as well. He's going to try to take down this keep. The keep is getting a springald emplacement, so it is going to be able to defend a little bit, but Beasty, you are on 148 villages. This is starting to get risky. When is it time to cut it off? When is it time to focus on army instead of villages? Oh, it just feels like that army is just so much smaller than B's. But he does have the keep here. He needs to repair this keep, because this has been a very, very strategic placement, especially protecting that gold. And now Beasty's still producing villages. Oh, no, he stopped. He stopped. Almost gave him a little bit of shit for that. But B is... he is on his last resources. You can see he's struggling for gold. He knows he needs to get this gold, and that's why he's making these moves desperately. He's trying to... he's not going to be able to get down this keep, but Beasty knows. It's time! It's time to focus on the golds! And that is exactly what Beasty is doing, just focusing down the eco, getting in, making sure these golds are secured. These guys are running a little bit forward, getting out of place, and the Lunchneck coming to clean up the spearmen. They're doing a very good job at that. They just clean them right up. And I'm really hoping that B just goes in here and kills some of these villages so Beasty can make a larger army. And Beasty finally getting university upgrades as well. It feels like, all right, you have way too many villages, Beasty. You need to make army. Oh, he's in such a... okay, those Lunchneck finally winning Beasty the game. Look at that. Come on, one more shot. Kill those villagers. Okay. When you're rooting for the villagers to die, right? Right? This has been a long game. Now, the resources now B is starting to recover. And this is because Beasty cannot contest his army because he's consistently losing his units. And okay, very good job, Lunchleg. Just keep doing that. Yes, kill the villagers so he starts making army. Thank you. And now we get to a more normal number. Beasty has a lot of resources. This is fine. You need to kill those villagers so we can actually push forward and survive this game. Oh, Lunchneck just making sure that villagers remember that they are just purely economic units and they will never survive anything more serious than a feudal attack. So these guys pushing through. Beasty now has a very significant army, and all of a sudden the army numbers are switched around, something we haven't seen up until now. Because now Beasty actually has the population to produce this with. Let's see, is he making more villagers? He's making more villagers, god damn it. He's like, I might bleed them in a while as well, so I might as well just play it safe. Okay. He's trying to just lose those horses. The problem is, B losing those horses is significantly more expensive than BC losing them, just because of the resources right now. BC is producing, and we can see the fact that he's using all this food tells us that Beasty got to a point where he's losing units faster than he can make them. So finally, now that he doesn't have as many villagers, he starts to slow down just a little bit. So down here we see, oh, there's still that one, and this gold is still doing good work, but see, this is the position where you have to ask yourself, why didn't Beasty push the gold? He can see that he's absolutely desperate for the gold. And Beasty is just not pushing that gold. He's just focusing on the main base. But I don't think he realizes how desperate B is. Oh, that Landsknecht is just gonna clean up those spearmen. Look at that. They melt through them. Okay. Now this is just chaos. And the game is still going. Now, Beasty has actually decided he's just going to stop this gold from existing. And that's good. That's good for Beasty. But Beasty is also going to start getting low on the gold because he's also just suiciding his units. He did get on top of the wall, though. And he's pretty happy staying up there. He's like, hey, I'll just get you guys from up here. It's quite nice. It's beautiful. I love the sights. You guys look beautiful down there. And every time you go up here, you'll be dead. So B realizes he needs to deal with these. I don't think he's going to deal with them in time. And unfortunately, they are taking out a lot of spearmen. This gold line is well completely taken down. And this is going to mean a very dangerous game for B. He's on 167 gold, while Beasty is floating 3k. I feel like... Did B just kill this himself? Did he just delete this? No, never mind. There's a bombard. I was questioning myself there. But the fact that he's still on the wall provides him a very safe outlook. Oh my goodness. The split of dreams. Yeah, this split is just wonderful. He just gets to mow them down from the top. He needs to focus the Landsknecht because the Landsknecht is going to clean them up in a little while. He keeps getting Landsknecht. He keeps getting resources. And B, still max population. But now, with no gold. So Beasty is starting to run out of wood as well. I guess he's fine. He has 7,000 wood. He doesn't need to chop anymore. That, you know, guys, now I'm not a smoker. But if I was playing this game, after this game, I would need a smoke, I think. This feels like one of those games. He's trying to focus down the Landsknecht. Oh, because one hit is just cleaning up. He does get as much gold as he can before this is going to go down. And Beasty, like, he's hemorrhaging army, but he does have the resources to replenish this. He needs to take down this dock as well. If he really wants to secure this, you can take down this one. You can take down the dock. He says, I just want to fight the main fight. I don't need anything else. I'll just fight the main fight. He's running out of wood. I'll be fine. And B does float 2,000, but 2,000 gets spent really, really quickly. And the trebuchet is going to start to do work as well. Oof. These horses are burning down everything they can. These villagers are just confused about life. And now B's pushing back. Oh, B is pushing back. And guys, I don't know which side this game went, because right now this is really scary. For both of them. And Beasty all of a sudden not in favor of all the gold anymore. He's quite low on the gold. He lost his gold control from earlier. He needs to get this thing down, and he needs to get that gold. Bombard, you need to do work, otherwise Beasty is in trouble. Because he doesn't have the same gold income. Oh, he's trying to get that same gold income. He's trying to, just because of the relics. This is going to be a really tough spot for him. And just by the way, Beasty hasn't captured the sacred site, so he doesn't even get that little smidge of gold that he would have gotten from there. So, let's see. Beasty actually... Oh, never mind. Beasty just killed his army. Apparently, this is where B couldn't replenish his army, and this is where he... everything goes to... falls down. Everything falls into chaos, despair, and death. Until next game. And Beasty breaks the wall. Beasty breaks the eco-pumping B. With still the dock, the water eco, he's shutting down this gold income as well. He's just solidifying it on every front. The spearmen coming in, doing work. He loves using this wall. The Juganu just having beautiful view from up here. And taking down everything he can. And he's just like, actually, please, don't finish your wall. That would be nice. Bombard towers just trying to kill what they can kill. Horses, doing work. Getting that bombard, maybe. Oh, horses apparently not getting the bombard. And Cathedral, the only source of B's gold, about to go down. Emergency repair, coming in hot. Emergency repair. Trying his best, but he does not have an answer to the bombards, and it will go down eventually. Oh, he's trying his best. He says, I just need a little bit of more gold. I will make units, I will make army, I will stay in this game. And he does, for now. But the wood is getting less. The bombards are getting strong. And they are going to smack the crap out of that thing, and it's going to go down. Hot damn! So, oh, there we go. The B goes down. Beasty trying to just snipe a few more villagers at the back, shutting down the wood or the food, and B cannot go back to max pop. Beasty is comfortably sitting on max population. B lost his income of gold as well, and Beasty knew that was exactly what he needed to shut down to secure this game. And B should be tapping out any second. He tries to put it back. He's like, hey, I just need a little bit. And the villagers run around frantically. They're scared for their life. They realize everything is falling to shambles. But Beasty Cutie securing game 2 after that HRE loss that he had. And this was a very, very nice late game bonanza, as I would call it. That was rough. Holy crap, man. That was insane. Look at this. Beasty losing a ton of villages. He's like, actually, let me just go back up. Max population all the way. B just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, the late game god.